Hello, how's it going, everyone? Hello, hello. Tonight is a restorative yoga class. I call it a restorative-ish or yin-ish class because it's sort of like that, but it's not strictly restorative or yin. If you have a mat, go ahead and grab it. If you don't have a mat, just find a nice, comfortable place to lay. If you have blocks, you might want those. If you don't have blocks, maybe grab a couple towels. Just kind of fold them up like blocks if you want. I am going to get my music started. There's a playlist I provided that's available on Spotify, or you can choose your own music. I don't include music in my yoga classes online because I don't want them to get taken down for copyright notices or things like that. I just want to be able to play whatever. That's a bit loud. And we'll try and do some new stuff tonight, make it a little different than normal. We're going to start with reclined fish. And you can either use two blocks. And the way you do that is one block goes along your spine on a low and medium setting, and the other one's a bit higher. Support your head. And you could do it like that, or you could even put blankets there. Or if you just have towels, you could put one towel, so like that, and then this one kind of double it over for your head and just kind of rest back on it. This is a really nice heart opener. So just kind of get settled in. And that bottom block should be roughly at the edge of your shoulder blades. And that top block is supporting your head. You could even put towels or blocks underneath your knees for support on the side if you like. Your palms can be face up, eyes closed. And just start to relax and breathe primarily through your nose. Nice slow inhales and exhales. And just connect your breath to your mind and your body. Relax. Maybe set an intention for your practice tonight. So I said this is a restorative or yin-ish style class, and what that means is we're really just going to hold fairly standard yoga poses. Not a lot of flow, not any flow really, just kind of holding things for a while. We'll start and get a little bit warm, get our spine active, things like that, but then we will primarily just be laying in a few different spots for anywhere from 1 to 5 minutes per position throughout the next hour. As always, it's your practice. If anything's too easy for you, feel free to modify it and make it more challenging. Or if something is too challenging, please make it easier. The goal, especially in a yin class, is restoration, not introducing new pain or new frustration in your body. At the end of the class, you have the option to put your legs up the wall if you'd like, which is a very nice restorative way to end our sequence. If you don't have a wall, don't worry about it. You can always just do Shavasana, or you could put your legs up in the air in the middle of the room or whatever. I just mentioned that in case you want to think about where you might do your wall work at the end of class, if you choose to put your legs up. Or you could even just put a block under your sacrum and let your legs float up as well. As you breathe, continue to focus on elongating that breath. Maybe it's 5 counts in. Maybe hold it for a breath or two at the top, or a count or two at the top, and then you exhale for 5, and then maybe you hold it at the bottom for 1 or 2 counts, and then repeat a few more times. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Dylan. I've been doing yoga for a long time, but more serious in my practice for the past few years. I started teaching yoga over that time, though more seriously about 3 or 4 months ago, and it's just a side hobby project for me. It's not my day job, but it is something I enjoy doing. Yoga was never easy for me, so Really, this practice has just helped me so much in my life and my health and my fitness. Since I started doing yoga very regularly about 3 years ago now, maybe two, and I don't know, I'd have to do the math, but I guess it was like 2.5 years ago. I've not had so much as a hint of a cold lasting more than like a night. And the family around me has gotten flus and colds and been sick, and I've managed to fight it all off and resist it. And I'm not saying that you'll never get sick doing yoga, but I do think it can have a profoundly positive impact on your immune system and your ability to fight things off, which is really quite important right now, obviously, but is always important. In supported fish, now just go ahead and straighten your legs for a few breaths. Your toes can be out, heels in. Keep those palms face up. Continue to relax. Just gonna check something on my music. Now you're welcome to stay here, or you could bring one leg back into basically sort of a supported fish hero combo. Actually, that's really difficult for me tonight. I'm gonna skip that. Let's just go ahead and just not feeling right. I want to mix things up a bit, but I also don't want to do things that are going to be uncomfortable or unpleasant. So let's go ahead and roll to one side, remove the blocks, and just do a little short mini shavasana to just recover from that. And the nice thing about that fish posture is it helps you open your heart. And what that means is you're able to have your chest forward and wide, shoulders relaxed and back, and it just helps you undo the sort of stressful positions we find ourselves in every day, whether that's hunching over a computer or a cell phone or doing construction work, or whatever we're doing where we're sort of hunched, crouched over in an unnatural posture. Let's go ahead and inhale and bring your knees towards your chest. And gently rock side to side. Maybe take some nice circles. Maybe rotate in the other direction. Let's come up to happy baby. This is going to be a longer happy baby than normal, so be ready for it. Just bring your soles of your feet towards the sky. Your hands, the edge of your feet, and just gently rock side to side. Continue to breathe. Continue to bring your knees towards your armpits. Maybe sort of exaggerate your rolls side to side a bit more, or not. Do what's right for you. And bring the soles of your feet together for a reclined butterfly. And bring your feet towards your body, keeping the shoulders and neck and spine relaxed. Slowly plant your feet. And this time we're going to come to a supported bridge posture. Just going to grab that block again, plant our feet, lift our hips up, and just surrender your sacrum onto your block. Maybe roll your shoulders underneath your back a little bit more. You're welcome to stay here with your feet straight, or you could always bring them into a butterfly posture as well for more of a trauma releasing posture if you like. Palms face up, upper body is pretty much in Shavasana. You're just supporting your low back and sacrum with your block or your towel or blanket. Continue to breathe. My dog so helpfully put her block or her toy, a rock, in my hand. So I would throw it to her. And inhale, go ahead and lift up, move the block or towel, release to the earth, and bring one arm up overhead, roll to the side, and rise up through center, and come to a seated posture. Or maybe you sit on the edge of your block, just relaxing your hips. We're going to inhale your arms up overhead, and exhale, release nice and slow. We're just going to continue to open up that spine and the muscles around it. Continue to move with your arm breath. I am so sorry, my dog's going nuts. Trixie, that's me. She sees my reflection in the window and thinks someone's trying to break into our house. And release. Let's go ahead and bring our right hand beside us. So let's bring our hands up together and release our palms. Lift them up nice and tall, and then bring the right hand down and left hand up and over. You can look forward or underneath your palm or arm. Inhale, rise up through center. Interlace your fingers, point up again. Exhale, release to the left. Continue to breathe. With each exhale, maybe surrender a little deeper, but keep both glutes planted. Inhale, rise up. I'm going to remove the block now. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, twist to the right. Right hand behind you. Left hand outside your knee. Sit up nice and tall and then twist. Inhale, keep the twist in your body. And slowly turn your head forward and look over your left shoulder. And exhale, release the twist. Maybe change the cross of your legs. Inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, twist to your left. Sit up nice and tall. And then keeping that twist in your body, just slowly rotate and look forward. Look over that opposite shoulder. And exhale, release. A seated cat-cow. Hands in your shins. Inhale, glide your chest forward, shoulders back. Exhale, round, starting to lower spine and working your way up, and eventually your head looks down. Inhale, glide your low back forward, upper back forward, chest forward, shoulders back. Look forward. Exhale, round. Do this a couple more times with your own breath. This is like a cat-cow on the earth, but we're seated. It's just more gentle, more deliberate. And a good reminder to not swing our head when we're doing cat-cows normally. One more time. And go ahead and release. Just plant your hands on your knees and shrug your shoulders up and back. few times, and then the opposite direction a few times. Look down at your right shoulder and just slowly start to rotate your neck through the center and exhale and breathe. And anywhere you feel any discomfort, just pause and breathe a little more. Generally, the slower you rotate the neck, the more you get out of it. Maybe relax your jaw a little bit. You might have noticed me just kind of opening and closing my mouth. That's something I do to just kind of relax my jaw. And from center, maybe rotate in the other direction, nice and slow again. A few times in this direction. Return to neutral. And we're going to bring our knees forward. If you have a block or two, maybe bring them closer to you. And maybe put a block under your knees. Maybe take your towels and you just put them here on your knees. Maybe even use a block. And we're just going to have a nice gentle forward fold, but we're going to surrender. So we're going to inhale up and exhale, just fold forward. I'm even going to do it more gentle than that. So I'm going to fold that over. And what you might find over the next few minutes is that you relax a bit more. And surrender. And just continue to breathe. And as you breathe, you might find that maybe you're ready to lower one of the towels a bit more. Maybe not. Just do what's right for you. Yeah, I haven't fallen asleep. We're just holding this for a while. And go ahead and inhale, slowly rise up through center. Remove your props. Straighten your legs. Sit up nice and tall. Engage your quads. And just sit up. And you have the option to just sit up here and really focus on this. Or you could start to point and flex your right foot. Or you could even lift it up over a couple of inches and point and flex. But on the earth is perfectly fine. Just going to do this for a little bit, not as long as I might in the normal classes. And start to rotate in one direction. Take nice big circles, nice and slow. And then point and rotate the other direction. Continue to sit up as tall as you reasonably can. And go ahead and plant that right heel. And then either start to point and flex the left foot or lift up and over with your foot a couple of inches and start to point and flex. This just helps activate the muscles in our legs and just add some deliberateness to things. Then you can start to rotate And then rotate the other direction if you'd like. And go ahead and release. Bring your hips to your side. We're going to come to hands and knees for just a little bit of cat-cow, not too much. As a reminder in yoga, when your hands are on the mat and you want them to be flat, spread your fingers wide, pointer or middle finger facing forward, create as little space between the earth and your hands as possible. So then spread nice and wide really helps with that. You can engage your outer 2 fingers for strength, maybe your knuckle mounds or your finger mounds, and your elbows are bent slightly, which helps engage your triceps. And your knees can be directly behind you, directly under your hips. We're just going to do a few cat-cows. So we're going to inhale, lower our belly, lower our chest forward and look forward, and then start to round from the bottom of the spine up to the top, and then the head starts to look down. Inhale, lower. Exhale, round. Inhale, lower. And exhale, round. And then just return to hands and knees. We're going to do a few things for our wrists. So first, bring your wrists such that your hands are pointed out sideways and just gently rock side to side, maybe. Then your hips sway back and forth. And maybe flip your wrists, your hands, so you're putting some pressure on your wrists there. And maybe rotate them so your hands point back, wrists facing forward. And come onto your knees and maybe just shake out your wrists a little bit, and maybe take some circles in each direction. And then while you're on your knees, let's do some teeter-totters. Just engage your hands, nice firm grip. We're just going to inhale one elbow up, the other down. Exhale, return to neutral. Inhale the other side up, and exhale, return to neutral. And just continue this up-down sequence with your own breath. This just helps us open up our neck spine. And go ahead and sit on our heels. And we're going to come into, what do I feel like doing tonight? Let's do a frog. So for frog, you might want to put a towel down if your floor is kind of hard. My floor is pretty hard. It's not carpeted, obviously. What you're going to do is just bring one knee out to the side and the other side, that leg back straight. Just going to surrender. Plant your hands underneath you. Arms like a T shape. Forehead on top of your hands. Goal here is just surrender. Let your hips open up a bit differently than we might normally do in other yoga classes. Continue with nice slow breaths. Inhaling and exhaling through your nose. One of the hardest parts of teaching yoga and doing yoga with the class is actually that you don't get to breathe the way you should for yoga, so it can actually be pretty challenging. It also limits as an instructor how intense you should really do a class, so you don't push yourself too hard, because then you'll actually be really sore the next day from overdoing it. You're welcome to stay here, or you could bring your opposite shoulder out to the side and just kind of shoulder stretch and twist with this frog. To rest your side of your head to the earth if that's comfortable for you. And you could stay here, or you come out of the frog and bring that back knee to the other side and the foot behind your leg. Just kind of twist to the side. And go ahead and return to center. Just have the legs back straight for a few breaths and point your forehead to the earth. Then maybe move that towel to the other side or whatever you need. Good night, inhale. That opposite leg forward. That's roughly, your quads roughly parallel to the front of your mat. And your foot's planted on its side, inside. And just surrender. Continue to breathe. You can stay there, or you can bring the right hand out to the side if you'd like. Add a little shoulder stretch. Combination. You're welcome to stay there. Or you could bring that top knee over and wrap it around beside you just for a few breaths. This might not be very comfortable. And exhale, return to neutral. And again, just put your hands like a T. Heels out, toes together behind you. And just breathe. And come to child's pose. So for child's pose, we're going to do wide knees. Hips back towards our feet. Hands forward and just stretch and surrender. You can stay here. Or walk your hands off to the side for a twist. I was feeling lazy tonight, didn't get my big yoga mat out, so I get to experience the floor a bit more, which is perfectly fine. My dog. Ridiculous. If you're in the twist, inhale, slowly walk your hands off to the opposite side. And exhale, twist to that side. And continue to breathe. Relax. And inhale, slowly walk back through center. I'm going to come into, oh wow, I'm tired. I'm just not thinking clearly. Relaxing myself too much. We're going to come into humble warrior or lizard. So inhale your right leg behind you, parallel to the earth, and exhale. Glide it forward, outside your hands. Check that your knee is over your ankle. And you can stay high, or you could surrender your forearms to the earth or on a block, or you can do my favorite, bird of paradise, which involves bringing your right hand under your right foot. You can either heel toe it out or just slide. Your foot remains on the earth. I'm placing my hand under my head here. You don't have to do that. I'm just doing it to keep the AirPod from falling out of my ear while I talk to you. You could have your hand over here on the side or your arm up forward, whatever's right for you. I love this posture. Every sequence I teach pretty much includes it because it's just a nice surrender posture, which is what yoga is really about. Is undoing your sort of forcing of things and just letting things happen. And just continue to breathe through your nose, relaxing. Now I invite you to rise back up to high lizard. We're gonna come to a half split, just straighten your front leg. You can stay here in half split, or you can slide it further forward for a fuller expression of the posture. You might grab a block or your towels. Maybe put it under your hamstring for support if you'd like. We're gonna hold it a bit longer than my vinyasa flow classes, so it's a good place for a block to just let you settle in. My dog is making all sorts of noises tonight. It's crazy. Maybe bring your knee closer to your forehead. And inhale, slowly rise back up. And if you have bent knees, come onto your back and take a figure four or knee to your chest. Otherwise, come into pigeon, heel toeing your foot out to the side. And we're gonna hold this a while, so be prepared to have the support you need. So you could put a block under your hip if that helps you just really surrender. Check your alignment. Is your knee outside your hip? Is your shin parallel to the front of your mat? Is your back knee back? Sitting up tall feel good? If so, maybe you surrender down to your forearms. If that feels good, maybe slide further forward, forehead to the earth. Or you can always bend your elbows, add a little tricep stretch. Hands together and thumbs to the C7, that big bone in the back of your neck. Not big bone, big spinal column spot. And again, find a spot you're going to be comfortable in for a couple minutes. So could ease off it. You could plant your hands on top of each other and just rest your forehead there. You could decide you actually do want to block back here to help you just surrender a bit more back. Do what's right for you. Block feels really nice tonight to me. Continue to breathe. Do what's right for you. Inhale, slowly rise up. Come back to hands and knees. Just shake that side leg out. Maybe rock your hips side to side. Come back to hands and knees. Inhale out, left leg back. Exhale. Bring it forward. Start up tall, high lizard. Come onto your forearms. Forearms on blocks. Or take bird of paradise variation if you prefer. And just surrender. Sole that foot out to the side. Plant it on the earth. It looks more difficult than it is. If you look at me and you're like, I can't do that. That's how I felt the first time I saw this. And after a month or two, I was able to do it quite easily. It just takes trust in your body and teaching your body to surrender and relax. Continue to breathe. Relax some more. I've got my dog and my cat stalking me tonight. Whenever you're ready, rise back up. High lizard. Straighten that front leg for half splits. Or maybe slide your leg a bit further forward for a fuller expression of the posture. Again, we're going to be here a couple minutes, so just maybe not a couple minutes, but at least a minute. So find a spot that's really comfortable for you. Just give me this look like, throw the darn rock. And I'm just like, I can't, dog. I'm in half splits. Oh, so she's helping me by nudging it all the way to my hand. I'm going to start to walk up. You can stay there longer if you'd like. And again, same instructions. You can come onto your back and do a figure 4 or knee to your chest. Or you'll take your foot out to the side for pigeon. And again, check your alignment. Start tall. Maybe put a block underneath you if you need it, or a towel. Sit up tall. And then exhale, surrender forward if you'd like. If that feels good. Maybe even further forward, or maybe bending your elbows and thumbs behind your head. And just surrender. I'm going to back off a little bit just because I know we're holding it for a while. Continue to breathe. Continue to do what's right for you. Probably one of the more difficult things about a restorative class is actually just being patient enough to just hold these postures for a while. And there are some classes in real life where you get these really nice props and you might hold these poses for 5 minutes at a time and you just lose all sense of time. But without the props, it's kind of hard to hold some of these quite as long. So I tend to do like 1 to 2 minutes at most when I do them online, just because I know everyone doesn't have bolsters and big bags and the full set of things you can do to have a nice restorative class. And that's okay. You can still get a really nice experience doing it this way. I'm going to start to slowly rise back up. Coming up to hands and knees. I'm going to shake that left hip out. Clearly my dog thinks there's a rock somewhere. I have no idea where she put it though. It's kind of funny. Start to rock your hips side to side again if you'd like. And we're going to come into melting heart or puppy dog. So it's kind of like child's pose, but you keep your legs, your quads vertical to the earth. You're just going to slide your chest forward. And maybe you come onto your forearms, maybe you don't. Maybe you come onto your lips or chest or both. I'm just going to surrender for a while. And slowly surrender back to the earth. My dog. Oh, there's your rock. Okay. I'm going to come to Sphinx. So for Sphinx, forms are parallel, shoulder width apart. The closer your elbows are to your body, the more challenging you might find this. So if you need this to be easier, you can bring your elbows further away. Otherwise, bring them nice and close. You can plant the tops of your feet to the earth and maybe lift your knees, maybe lift your belly a little bit, or just relax. The goal here is to really get a nice lower back stretch. And you could either get your lower back stretch gently, or you could elevate up into a seal pose by straightening your arms, doing what's right for you. And exhale, release to the earth. Just gonna check the clock real quick, see how much time you have. Oh, time is flying by. Where did it all go? All right. Let's go ahead and come onto our backs. Just flip over, whatever's comfortable for you. Stretch your arms up overhead, legs down long, ankles down, toes curled back. And we're going to start by bringing our right knee to our chest. Both hands wrap around your shin. Keep that left leg long, toes curled back on your left leg, on your left foot. And then you're going to move your leg out to the side slightly, just outside your rib cage towards your armpit. Continue pulling it in, keep your shoulders relaxed. And then you can either keep your knee bent or you can straighten it a little bit, interlacing your pointer, middle finger, and thumb around your big toe. And it can be all the way straight with a slight bend, or it can be quite bent. Whatever's good for you. Or it can be fully bent down here. Wherever it's at, we're going to slowly bring it off to the right side. And the goal is eventually to get it to the earth with your hand reaching there, but that might happen. So instead, you could bring your hands like to the inside of your right leg. And the goal is to just rest it, find a nice resting point where your glutes and shoulders and back stay flat. You're able to bring that foot off to the near side. If you have a yoga strap, it's really good for this sequence. I generally don't teach it with a strap unless everyone in the room has a strap. So obviously it's not essential. It's something that might help you. If you do have a strap, don't force it, don't muscle it. Just use it as an aid to get over and into the position a little bit. Now we're going to inhale, slowly bend the knee, bring it through center and off to the other side. And then you can use that top hand on that side to bring the knee down. So left hand over the right knee, bringing the right knee towards the earth. And you can keep that left leg straight. Maybe look over that right shoulder at your right hand, keeping that right shoulder flat. You could always bring a block or a towel underneath the knee on this side if that helps you relax a bit better. Continue to breathe and relax. And as you exhale, maybe you surrender a little deeper. And inhale, slowly rise back up. Bring that knee back into your chest. Then bring the opposite knee up as well. And then straighten that right knee down, length of your mat, keeping the left knee bent. Wrap your fingers around it, pull it to your chest. And release it slightly, and then bring it outside your rib cage towards your armpit. Engage. You can either keep it here or interlace your pointer, middle finger, and thumb around your big toe, and maybe straighten that leg most of the way or part of the way. Try to keep the shoulders relaxed to the earth. And then you can exhale and bring it off to that side, whether it's straight or bent, doesn't really matter. And at some point, you want to surrender to the earth or into a block or a towel. Maybe your leg's bent, maybe it's straight, but keep your hips squared, keep your glutes planted, keep your shoulders on the earth. And just surrender and relax. Maybe your eyes are closed. Focus on your breath. Inhale, slowly bend that knee. Start to bring it over to the other side. Keeping that left shoulder planted. Right hand, bringing that left knee closer to the earth. Getting a nice spinal twist. Each exhale, maybe you surrender a little bit more. Inhale, slowly rise back up. Bring both knees to your chest again. Rock gently side to side. And at this point, you have the option to come to the wall for legs up the wall Shavasana, or you can do a traditional Shavasana, or you could do a low fish. Low fish meaning supported fish, like we started class, but with your blocks on a low and medium setting. If you want to do legs up the wall, just bring your mat perpendicular to the wall. I'll just adjust this slightly so you can see. And you're going to bring your hips right up next to the wall. Without pulling the curtains off the wall. You just surrender. Your upper body's in Shavasana. Palms faced up, shoulders relaxed. Back of your neck straight. Maybe the bump in the back of your head is what's on the earth. And your legs are just up. And there are many, many benefits of inversions like this. Changes your blood flow, improves your circulation, reduces tension, reduces stress, helps with healing, helps you fall asleep better at night. I find this is a great way to get kids to fall asleep. My 6-year-old son, once in a while, he's just really wild. I make him do this for about 5 minutes in bed and he falls right to sleep. Obviously, you do this if their bed is against the wall, not in the middle of the room. It's funny in my head, at least. And just surrender. If at any point this becomes too much, you could put a block under your hips if you'd like, or you could just settle down into traditional Shavasana if that's better for you tonight. Or you could even bring your feet together and do butterfly legs up the wall if that feels good. Whatever makes you feel amazing tonight. Or today, whenever you're doing this class, obviously. Continue to breathe and relax and surrender. I'm going to go ahead and move to traditional Shavasana. If you do that, just want to make sure your feet aren't touching the wall. And you could, again, come into supported fish if you'd like. But I'm just going to surrender and relax. Palms face up. Feet out. Heels in. Just doing what's right for me. And as you're laying here, maybe just reflect on your practice or reflect on your intention or just clear your mind, whatever's right for you. Whenever you're ready, slowly start to bring some energy back to your hands and feet. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes. Maybe windshield wiper your ankles and wrists side to side. Maybe take some circles on your ankles and wrists. Bring your arms up overhead, heels long, and just get one more long stretch. And then bring your knees to your chest. Grab your shins and gently rock side to side. Then bring one arm up overhead and roll to that side for a couple breaths. My dog is licking me off. Lovely. And inhale, slowly rise up through center. Maybe find a block and sit on the edge of it. Sit up nice and tall. Shoulders relaxed. Inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, release, and just reflect on how you feel now compared to just 1 hour ago. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down nice and slow. Inhale up through center. And exhale, palms to heart center. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through this restorative class tonight. Hope you got a lot out of it and hope you sleep well or feel rested or whatever you need to find calm and peace and balance in your life. Namaste. Thank you for joining. If you have any questions, let me know. Send an email, social media, whatever. And I will see you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.